Good evening, and welcome to the Cathedral of the Black Goat. As part of our Warlock's Catechism series, tonight's presentation will primarily focus on the Black Dragon Grimoire and how it is related to the Grimoire of Pope Honorius and its place in the wider paradigm of traditional theistic Satanism and Demonolatry. This presentation will include the use of enhanced visual aids, where going directly to the prints in a book might either be too small to read or impractical for this video presentation. It must also be stated that if you choose to work with a Black Dragon Grimoire or Grimoire of Honorius, you and you alone are responsible for the consequences of your actions. This presentation is for historical context and educational purposes only. The Black Dragon first appeared in France in the late 19th century. Though it is known to be adapted from the Grimoire of Pope Honorius, which is at least as old as the early 17th century, plenty has been said and written about the Grimoire of Honorius before. In a nutshell, it is a manual of demon evocations and spells meant for a priest or clergyman or some type of ordination. Being that its incantations were made to be said by a priest perhaps increased its blasphemous reputation. Indeed, the Abbé von Guyberg, who said the Black Mass over the nude bodies of Catherine Lavoisin and Madame de Montespan, the mistress of Louis XIV of France, was said to possess a copy of the Grimoire of Honorius, amongst other grimoires. For our purposes of relative demonolatry texts, our goal tonight will be to compare the demon names and sigils of the 4 cardinal directions and days of the week from 3 different editions of the Grimoire of Honorius as well as the Black Dragon. To supplement these comparisons, we will also be using sigils from the Grimoire Verum, the Red Dragon, for comparison. Here are the directions and days of the week from 3 editions of the Grimoire of Honorius. From the Welcome Manuscript 4666 from the mid-18th century, the directions are north to Amaimon, east to Oriens, possibly Magoa, south to Ejim, west to Baymont, and the days of the week of demonic influence are said to be Sunday to Aquil, Monday to Lucifer, Tuesday to Nambroth, Wednesday to Astaroth, Thursday to Acham, Friday to Becket, Saturday to Nabom. In the German edition, the directions of demons for the north and the east are a bit confused and unclear, but to the south we have Naaman, to the west we have Raymond. The days of the week of demonic influence are Sunday to Aziel, Monday to Lucifer, Tuesday to Nimrod, Wednesday to Astaroth, Thursday to Acham, Friday to Raziel, Saturday to Nambara. In the 1670 Rome edition of the Grimoire of Honorius, the directions are north to Ejin, east to Maimon, south to Amaimon, and west to Paimon. The days of the week are demonic influence are Sunday to Aquiot, Monday to Trinitas, Tuesday to Nimrod, Wednesday to Astaroth, Thursday to Acham, Friday to Becket, Saturday to Nibrots. And then the Black Dragon, first said to be published in 1897 as a supplement to the Grimoire of Honorius. We have the directions are north to Amaimon, east to Magoa, south to Ejim, west to Baymon, and the days of the week are Sunday to Sergat, Monday to Lucifer, Tuesday to Fermost, Wednesday to Astaroth, Thursday to Silchard, Friday to Beckard, Saturday to Guland. And subservient demons to Amaimon are said to be Madel, Levau, Balmuhak, Belem, and Ramat. Subservient demons to Magoa are said to be Masael, Asiel, Satiel, Ardiel, Akoreb. Subservient demons to Ejim are said to be Fadel and Nistrak. Subservient demons to Baymont are Pasiel and Rosas. Now then, in most of the editions of the Grimoire of Honorius, some of the sigils have been misplaced or even mirrored, and I have a few examples of these. This comes from a 1760 version of the Grimoire of Honorius, but it can also be found in the French edition of the Veritable Black Dragon. Though in the Cross Keys edition of 2019, I noticed that the author corrected the sigils but left the circles of evocation. So we have the sigil of Silchard, which is just obviously mutilated. See, that's the difference between the Grimoire and Verum. This is supposed to be the sigil of Beckard, but it's the sigil of Surgat, but it's facing the wrong direction, as you can see from the Grimoire and Verum. The sigil of Guland is mirrored and is actually up at a 90-degree angle. It's flipped upside down. And the sigil to Surgat is actually the sigil to Beckard. Now, from a Cathedral of the Black Goat, from a Demonolatry perspective, we would never use circles of evocation or circles of binding in any way, because we are invoking, we are allied with these spirits, we are friendly with these spirits. So for your consideration, I've corrected some of the sigils from the Black Dragon Grimoire, the same correspondences that we spoke of before. And as per that, I used some of the sigils from the Red Dragon as well, which the Red Dragon is something we will get into in our next video. So the circles of evocation have been removed. All the sigils have been corrected. And we have Sunday to Surgat, Monday to Lucifer, Tuesday to Frymost, Wednesday to Astaroth, Thursday to Silchard, Friday to Beckard, Saturday to Guland. Also interesting with these sigils that are found in the Grimoire Verum and the Black Dragon, I go back to the pact of the priest Urban Grandeur, who was burned at the stake for supposedly demonically influencing the nuns of his coven. So here's a copy of his pact, and obviously the words are mine, but I want to point out certain sigils. And these are the correct sigils. They're facing the correct way. This is the sigil of Silchard. Here we have the sigil of Surgat. Most definitely the sigil of Surgat. And then over here, I think that this might be the sigil of Frymost, though some people might disagree. And with Urban Grandeur, that could be the subject of a whole nother video. But I would encourage anybody that wants to read more about him to read The Devils of Ludon by Aldous Huxley. That concludes tonight's presentation on the Black Dragon, and hope you will be with us for our next presentation. Thank you.